But that fact that they can monitor it all the time is really a miracle, because only 1 in 500 incoming objects would be aligned so well.
The countdown is already burning. Inside observatories across the world, clocks are synced, alerts are flashing, and no one is pretending this is routine anymore. Interstellar Comet 3. I-Atlas is racing inward at a speed that leaves no margin for delay. Its path is hyperbolic and irreversible. Once it passes Earth, it is gone forever. Astronomers know this is the only chance humanity will ever have to study this object. There will be no second pass, no correction, no replay. Hubble's most recent data drops like a shockwave. The brightness curve is wrong. 3I Atlas is intensifying faster than models predicted, brightening as if something inside it is reacting to solar radiation more aggressively than expected. Light signatures sharpen hour by hour, forcing scientists to recalibrate instruments in real time. This is not how known comets behave. This is not how interstellar objects are supposed to respond. Spectral feeds begin to spike. Subtle signals that were buried in noise just weeks ago are now unmistakable. The comet's surface is changing as it heats, exposing layers that have not seen starlight since before the sun existed. Every hour closer means more data, but also more instability. Instruments are pushed beyond their safe operating thresholds. Researchers make a quiet decision, risk burnout, or lose history forever. The urgency tightens when analysts realize what is truly at stake. This is not about danger to Earth. The threat is silence. If critical measurements are missed, if a sensor fails, if a window closes, then whatever 3I Atlas carries from another star systems disappears back into interstellar darkness, unreachable for the rest of human existence. There are no missions waiting, no probes chasing it. Only remote eyes and a rapidly shrinking clock. Then something unsettling appears in the latest imaging stack. A faint but persistent deviation in reflected light suggests surface activity that was not present days ago. Not random noise, not instrument error. A real change. The comet is evolving faster than expected, revealing features that were completely invisible during its initial detection. The closer it gets, the less predictable it becomes. Inside control rooms, sleep disappears, shifts blur together, conversations turn short and sharp. Every update carries the same unspoken fear. What if the most important anomaly hasn't revealed itself yet? What if the real discovery only emerges at the last possible moment when there is no time left to react? Because as 3I Atlas barrels closer, scientists are beginning to suspect that what they are seeing now is only the surface of the mystery, and the next phase is about to begin. The shock does not come gradually, it hits all at once. As 3I Atlas closes the distance, spectrometers return results that make research teams freeze in silence. The comet's chemistry is wrong. Not unusual. Wrong. Its ice signature does not match anything ever recorded inside the solar system. Where frozen water should dominate, carbon dioxide overwhelms the readings. The balance is inverted. The ratios are hostile to every known model. This is not a minor deviation. It is a chemical fingerprint that does not belong here. Astronomers immediately recognize the pattern, and that recognition makes the situation worse. The same imbalance appeared in Borisov, the first confirmed interstellar comet, but 3I Atlas pushes it further. Colder, more extreme, more alien. This composition can only form in regions of space far colder than scientists believe possible for comet formation. Places so distant from stars that existing theories say solid bodies should not survive, let alone assemble. That assumption collapses in real time. As new spectra arrive, models begin to fail one by one. Simulations that once explained planet formation now produce contradictions. Ice lines no longer align. Temperature thresholds break. Entire chapters of astrophysics start showing cracks. Researchers attempt rapid recalibration, feeding fresh data into supercomputers, but the outputs grow more chaotic, not clearer. The comet is not just from another system, it is from an environment no one fully accounted for. Each new spectral line brings another problem. Strange absorption bands appear where none should exist. Emission spikes flicker, then vanish. The chemical profile refuses to stabilize, as if the object itself is changing under observation. Some scientists quietly question whether heating from the sun is triggering reactions never seen before, reactions that only occur in matter preserved for billions of years in deep interstellar cold. The tension inside observatories rises fast. This is not curiosity anymore. It is damage control for theory. The closer 3I Atlas gets, the more it defies classification. It does not behave like a solar system comet adjusting to warmth. Its outgassing patterns do not follow known rules. Its chemistry looks preserved, untouched, as if it has spent most of its existence locked away from stars entirely. Which raises a terrifying question. If this object formed where no models predict and survived intact for billions of years, what else is drifting through the galaxy right now, unseen? As scientists struggle to explain the chemistry, orbital data begins updating on another screen. And that is when the next problem appears, one that shifts fear from composition to motion and signals that 3I Atlas is not just strange, it is moving with intent no one expected. The danger sharpens the moment orbital data locks in. Scientists confirm that 3I Atlas is moving on a hyperbolic trajectory, fast, extreme, and irreversible. This object is not looping back. It is not slowing down. Gravity cannot hold it. It is slicing through the solar system once and leaving forever. The calculations are final, and the conclusion is unsettling. This comet does not belong here and never will. Its speed is too high. Its angle too steep. There will be no second chance to study it. If something goes wrong now, the opportunity is gone for all time. Further analysis reveals a violent origin story. The comet's path points to a distant star system where something massive went terribly wrong. Astronomers suspect a giant exoplanet once hurled 3I Atlas outward like debris from a cosmic crash. That single event may have ejected it into deep space billions of years ago. Since then, it has drifted through the Milky Way untouched. No sunlight, no heat, no chemical change. It remained frozen, sealed, and preserved like a time capsule from another star. Until now. As 3I Atlas approaches the sun, everything changes. For the first time in its existence, intense stellar heat begins to penetrate its surface. Instruments detect the immediate consequences. New gases appear, faint, irregular, and wrong. The outgassing does not form a normal coma. It pulses. It shifts. It emerges from unexpected regions instead of the sunlit side. Chemical signatures flicker and vanish before they can be fully identified. Scientists realize they are witnessing reactions that may have never occurred before in human observation. This is not normal comet behavior. This is something dormant becoming active. Telescopes remain fixed as the signals grow stranger by the hour. The data does not settle. It destabilizes. Models fail to predict what comes next. If heating continues, more layers could unlock, releasing materials that have never been exposed to any star. Researchers are left with a chilling question hanging in the control rooms. If this is only the beginning, what will activate next as 3I Atlas moves even closer? The warning does not arrive as an alarm or a flashing signal. It hides inside ratios, numbers that refuse to behave. With only days left before closest approach, astronomers realize the ice chemistry of 3I Atlas is pointing to something far bigger than a single comet. The balance of frozen gases suggests that other star systems are violently ejecting material into interstellar space at rates far higher than anyone calculated before. This is not a rounding error. It is a structural failure in existing models. If these ratios are correct, then 3I Atlas is not rare at all. It is merely the first one close enough to expose the truth. That truth lands with force. The galaxy may be filled with trillions of objects like this, dark, cold, fast, and almost impossible to see. Most never glow. Most never announce themselves. They pass between stars silently, crossing planetary systems without warning. Earth is not being targeted, but that offers no comfort. Isolation was the assumption that kept humanity calm. That assumption is gone. Interstellar space is not empty space. It is a moving field of debris from other suns, other planetary disasters, other violent births. What was once theoretical math is now confirmed by observation. Scientists feel the shift immediately. This is no longer about whether 3I Atlas will hit Earth. It is about what Earth has already been exposed to without knowing. If objects like this are common, then our solar system has been intersected before and will be again. Instruments strain to detect what cannot easily be detected. The fear sharpens, not from impact, but from awareness. Humanity is realizing it lives inside a cosmic current it never mapped. And as astronomers dig deeper into the data, a new question begins to form, one that points directly to our own solar system's past and what it may have sent out into the dark next. They freeze when the simulation finishes running. Not because it fails, but because it works too well. Across observatories, researchers stare at the same result. The early solar system was not a quiet birthplace. It was violent, chaotic, and wasteful. Jupiter, Saturn, and the other giant planets did not just form, they cleared house. Updated models now show that during their migration, they flung an estimated 30 Earth masses of cometary material out of the solar system and into interstellar space. That number hits like a shockwave. 30 Earths worth of frozen debris ejected, accelerated, and lost to the galaxy. For decades, this idea lived in theory. Now 3I Atlas makes it real. Because if our system expelled that much material, then other star systems must have done the same. And that changes everything. Interstellar space is no longer empty darkness. It becomes a highway of ancient debris, objects traded between stars over billions of years. 3I Atlas is not an intruder. It is a return message. Scientists begin connecting the dots fast. The chemistry of 3I Atlas suddenly makes sense. The extreme carbon dioxide ratios, the lack of familiar water signatures, the preserved untouched structure. This object may have been frozen in the void since before Earth formed, ejected during another system's planetary chaos, just as ours once did. The boundary collapses. There is no clear line between our material and theirs anymore. The solar system is not isolated. It never was. It has been exchanging matter with the galaxy since its birth, silently ceding space and being ceded in return. That realization spreads unease through every control room. Christmas lights glow outside observatories, but inside, no one is celebrating. Screens stay lit through the night. Coffee goes untouched. Every new measurement from 3I Atlas reframes humanity's place in the cosmos. Earth may be standing inside a galactic exchange network, one that has been operating for billions of years without notice. And if this is true, if objects like 3I Atlas are common, then the next question becomes unavoidable. How many are out there right now? And how many are already on their way? The data keeps coming, and the next anomaly is already forming. The countdown tightens as December 19th draws dangerously close, and astronomers feel the pressure like a physical weight. This is no longer routine observation. It is a narrowing corridor of time. Every hour lost is data erased forever. 3I Atlas is accelerating through the inner solar system, its velocity increasing beyond earlier projections, forcing scientists to revise tracking models in real time. Instruments flag subtle fluctuations in brightness that do not align with thermal heating alone. Something else is happening on the surface, and no one can yet explain it. Across observatories, telescopes remain locked on target without pause. Researchers sleep in fragments, alarms wired directly into monitoring systems. A single anomaly could vanish in minutes. Spectrometers now detect abrupt shifts in gas output, short bursts that appear, disappear, then reappear stronger. The pattern is irregular, almost pulsed. This behavior has never been confirmed in an interstellar comet before. The concern is not danger to Earth, but misinterpretation. If this moment is misunderstood, the scientific cost could echo for decades. New simulations begin to crack under the incoming data. The ratios of expelled gases suggest internal layering that should not exist in objects formed by classical models. This implies that 3I Atlas may have experienced processes scientists do not yet have language for, possibly pressure cycling during interstellar transit or chemical activation triggered only by first-time stellar exposure. Either explanation breaks assumptions. Planet formation theories now sit on unstable ground, waiting for confirmation or collapse. As proximity increases, faint asymmetries appear in the comet's coma. The outflow is no longer evenly distributed. One hemisphere dominates, hinting at internal structure or buried volatile pockets awakening unevenly. The question spreads quietly through scientific channels. Is this object responding to the sun or revealing scars from a far older encounter? No one can say yet, and the data window is shrinking fast. This is not a discovery waiting to be analyzed later. It is happening now, second by second. Once 3I Atlas crosses the threshold and fades back into interstellar darkness, no correction will be possible. The universe will take its evidence with it. Scientists know they are standing at a boundary between understanding and permanent uncertainty. And just as the final observation cycle begins, new alerts start to flash, signaling changes no one was expecting.